Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your channel of Math and Engineering Made Easy. Today, I wanted to make it like a fun thing. We are approaching Thanksgiving and you will have holidays. I'm going to talk about two things or two mathematicians, but each of one did something very interesting. One of them you might have not heard of yet, unless you took like advanced probability. Probably he's a Russian mathematician, and his name is Kolmogorov. There is a famous uh, statistics test after him, Kolmogorov. Okay, Kolmogorov. It was reported. This is an anecdote, really, but we cannot prove it. But it has been reported that when he was 5 years old, believe it or not, he found out that if you add the first n odd numbers, you get n squared. Don't worry if you didn't get that. Suppose you want to find any number, the square of any number. Let's say 3 square, okay? We know 3 square is 9, right? So 3 square is 9, but he said there is an easy way to find it if if it's not 3, if it's a large number that you don't know its square. Take the odd numbers, which are 1, 3, 5, and take the first 3 and add them up. You get 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9. Suppose you want to find 6 square, right? We know 6 square is 36. But if you don't know, you say 1 plus 3 plus 5. These are 3, 4, 5, and 6. 11 and 9 is 20. 3 and 7 is 30. 1 and 5 is 6, so 36. Interesting, yes? He was only 5. Now let's move to another great mathematician, a mathematician and a lawyer, by the way. And he was an American president. Huh. Everybody will think of like George Washington, you know, Abraham Lincoln, FDR. No, 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 no. He was the 20th president of the United States, 20th. His name, of course, oops, James Garfield. He came to power in a palindrome in the year 1881, and he was shot dead at the same year, which makes 1881 a very special year. Some event it occurred in 1881 that never happened before or after since then in American history. I keep asking this question every time, and everybody will say, oh, because it's a palindrome, because no, 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 no. It's not something I said. Well, it's implicitly I said. Well, 1881 was the only year in American history where we had three presidents, right? Because he came to power in 1881 on January 20th. So who was president in the first 19 days? President Hayes, Rutherford Hayes. And who came next to him after he was shot dead in the same year? Chester Alan Arthur, the 21st. So it's the only year where we had three presidents in the same year. Unfortunately, he died the first year he became president, so you can't find a lot of what he did. But if you look at his biography, you will realize that this guy was a great mathematician. In fact, he had a very beautiful and elegant proof of the Pythagorean theorem, right? So if we take a right triangle, ABC, and you want to prove that a square plus b square equals c square, you will have to construct three squares on each, so one on each side, and then you divide one square, the big square, into two rectangles and try to prove that the small rectangle is equal to the square and the bigger rectangle equal to that square. A lot of construction, a lot of work. He did it in a way much more easier and elegant. He flipped this triangle over and he redrew it. Okay, so he drew this is B. So this is B. And then he took a vertical line, a shorter line equal to A. Okay. So this is A. And then connected those two lines. So sure enough, the angle between them was 90 degrees. You can prove that to yourself. It's so easy. So I'm not going to waste your time doing it. And he said, okay, what did I construct by joining these two sides or these 2 points? We constructed a trapezoid. And you should know that the area of a trapezoid is the average of the two parallel sides times the height. So area of the whole shape is A plus B over 2, the average of these two, times the height, which is A plus B again. So you get A plus B squared over 2. But then he said, isn't that can be thought of three right triangles? Absolutely. So let's add these three areas and they should equal the area of the whole trapezoid. The area of the first triangle is 1/2 base times height. Base is A, height is B, so AB over 2. The area of this triangle is the same thing, 1/2 C times C, C square over 2. And the area of this triangle is also AB over 2. Now, if I multiply the whole equation by 2 to get rid of half and expand the left-hand side, I get A square plus twice AB plus B square equals AB plus AB is twice AB plus C square. Subtract twice AB from both sides, you have the answer in 2 lines. Isn't that crazy? Something even crazier about President Garfield is that, by the way, he was a lefty, but he was like an ambidextrous person, and he would entertain his visitors when they come and ask him questions by writing. And some people would say, "Wow, that's rude." So they ask you a question, and instead of answering, you write it. Yeah, but they loved it. You know why? He had the ability. I don't know how. I don't know of any other person who has this thing. Yeah, I know people who are ambidextrous, but what he used to do is to answer the questions in Latin with his right hand and in Greek in his left with his left hand. So you answer with both hands doing two different things. It's mind-boggling. Anyway, I hope this was light enough and you enjoyed it. I will try to bring you some more of these. Um, Otherwise, we will go back to calculus and continue what we are doing. Thanks for your time and hope to see you soon.